Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Sixth Sense. And this movie is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and it came out in 1999. And I've seen this movie a couple times before, and I've always really loved it. And revisiting the film, I still really love it. And I would definitely say this is probably M. Night's best movie. And what really surprised me about this movie is that I remember this movie being great, and I thought like the ending was really powerful, and the emotions that it was trying to get at, it always was very successful at doing that. But what I kind of forgot about this movie was the horror angle that this movie kind of had, where Haley Joel Osment, he's constantly seeing ghosts, and every time something like that happens, he's like really scared, and it kind of turns into a horror movie. But it never feels as though the movie doesn't earn that. It feels natural because it makes sense for this kid to be terrified of ghosts and like be seeing people who are like basically dead, and like there are parts of them that kind of look normal, but then you see something about them that is very much not the best, to say the least. One small thing about this movie that doesn't really affect the quality of the film is that I was pretty sure that this movie was rated R from memory, but it turns out it was PG-13, and for what this movie was able to get away with, I'm surprised it got a PG-13 rating. Like with how some of the ghosts look, and like they're all dead, and some of them are a little bit disturbing, like some more than others, and that was just a small detail that I felt as though I should bring up. And the performances in this movie are really great. Bruce Willis, he's really great in this movie. He really fits the character very well, and the way it's performed is great. And throughout the entire movie, he always feels as though he's sad, and like he's not really happy with his life. And it makes sense for him to be that way, because of certain things that are happening to his character. Like he feels as though he's not really connected to his wife anymore. They barely speak, and he just doesn't know what to do. And he feels as though if he can help Haley Joel Osment's character, then he can feel as though he's done something right in his life. Not that he hasn't done anything good in the past, because the movie opens up with him accepting an award, or at least in his house he has an award that he accepted from the mayor. And you do get the sense that he was very successful at a certain point in his life. And throughout the entire movie, Bruce Willis is just trying to help Haley Joel Osment and to make things right. And that's one of the most compelling things about the movie to me, is those two on screen. And Toni Collette's in this movie, and she's really great. And I completely forgot that she was in this movie, and she was really great as the mom. And she never got annoying. She always felt like a real person that you would meet in like a situation like this. And you can tell that she's really emotionally damaged, and her son is like the only thing that like makes her happy, and she just wants the best for him. And any reaction that she gets from like ghosts being around feels like, oh, that's something that that's how she would react in this situation. And Haley Joel Osment is like kind of has to somewhat normalize the situation so that she doesn't think he's crazy. And one example would be that when she leaves the kitchen and goes to like put a tie in the washing machine, she comes back and like all the cabinet doors are open, and that kind of startles her, and she's like, what happened here? And Haley Joel Osment says, I was looking for Pop-Tarts. And she's like, oh, they're right there. And like I said earlier, this movie always hits the emotions that it's trying to, and it never comes across as unintentionally goofy, and it's always very successful in what it tries to do. And the music in the movie is really great and always complements every scene that it's in, and it's never used to be emotionally manipulative, because I feel as though the build-up to these dramatic situations is earned, and it's always very successful. And because I feel as though the build-up leading up to these dramatic situations is done right, and that's what makes it work. And there's not really much else I can say about it. Everything about this movie, it just works. And is it a perfect movie? Like, not 100%. Like, you can like nitpick this movie and find some things about it that don't make sense, but as a whole, it's really great in what it tries to do. It hits the emotions that it's trying to, and I don't think anyone would walk away unsatisfied with this movie unless you're expecting just a straight up horror movie. Then you're not really going to get that. It's more of a drama. Like, a drama is mainly what you're going to get, whereas horror is going to be, it takes up like 20% of the movie, roughly, more or less, maybe a bit less. But overall, I don't feel disappointed rewatching this movie. I love it. I would say it's M. Night's best movie. And I will happily rewatch this movie many, many times. And it's a classic for a reason. Even if it's not that old, I think it's safe to call it a classic. And definitely check it out if you haven't already. And with all that being said, I'm going to give The Sixth Sense a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of The Sixth Sense, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Cabin in the Woods. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.